These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How Bout Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Monday, July 22nd. And no, I'm not going to stop doing the intro that way, just because Sam's not here. I'm going to keep saying it because takes too much mental power not to do it the same exact way. I'm here again. I'm still in the Cape. Sam's still in Greece. We're going to pull together these pods like I mentioned before, but this is a full pod day, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. This is the Tuesday pod. Probably not going to be a super long pod because it's just me, but I'm going to hit all the talking points. Don't you worry, you're still getting your Celtics itch here during the offseason. And it's the real offseason now. Summer League has come and gone. Free agency is over. The draft is over. We're in the dead period. Team USA is playing, so it'll give us a little bit of content, a little bit of basketball. WNBA is even on a break right now. They just had their All-Star game. They'll be back soon. But basketball is really, really in a dead period right now. No WNBA, no NBA, just Team USA. That's all we've got to cling on to at the moment. But anyways, Celtics itch is what you are here for. So let's get right into that. Sam Hauser has signed a 4-year, $45 million extension with the Celtics. I believe it was first reported. I don't actually know who reported it first. Was it Woj or Shams? One of them reported it first. Adam Himmelsbach of the Boston Globe, however, had the fact that there's no option in the deal. So like it's a 4-year deal, but there's no player option or team option then in that final year, just 4 straight years. A little bit over $11 million average annual value. I mean, a great deal. The summer of Brad Stevens continues. The Celtics won a championship last season. And usually after you win a championship, stuff doesn't fall apart necessarily, but you lose players, right? Like the Denver Nuggets lost Bruce Brown, the Milwaukee Bucks lost PJ Tucker, the Warriors lost a player. I think Gary Payton left after that season. He eventually came back, but he left. So like teams lose pieces when you win a title, and that didn't really happen with Celtics. And I think why. Excuse me. I usually get to mute when Sam talks and cough, but I don't have that. So I think what happened with the Celtics is their core is so star heavy that there's no real market for other teams to steal them. Like no team was going to steal Drew Holiday or Jason Tatum or Porzingis or Brown or White or even Al Horford. And then those younger guys like Pritchard or Hauser could have gotten a contract elsewhere, but the Celtics did a really good job of retaining them, keeping them in here because they do have a significant role in Boston. And it's probably similar enough to the role they would play elsewhere that they would rather just stay in Boston where they developed and all that stuff. And try to win a championship again. So shout out Sam Hauser, shout out Brad Stevens. Now, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, and Sam Hauser. So the top 7 guys, and Derek White. So top 8 guys on the Celtics are all under contract for next season. And then Al Horford's the only one who will need an extension by the end of next season. So the top 7 outside of Al, so what is that? Tatum, Brown, White, Holiday, Porzingis, Pritchard, Hauser are all under contract through the 25-26 season, and most of them are under contract even well past that. The only one who will need an extension after that is Porzingis. His contract is up at the end of 25-26, so they'll have to work on that. But I mean, not enough good things can be said about Brad Stevens and the job he has done keeping this team together and retaining the core, because I can't stress enough how not normal this is, how not like, oh yeah, the championship team is back together again. No, this is like an incredible job by Brad Stevens and the Celtics front office keeping this team together and having them as a group moving forward. And Sam Hauser's the latest piece in that. And Sam Hauser actually he could have done something next summer and hit the free agency market because he had 1 year left on his deal. But instead of that, he will be opting, or I don't know the exact thing. He will make $2 million in the 24-25 season. And then he will be under contract through the 28-29 season. So next year he'll still make that $2 million, but then he'll be under contract for 1, 2, 3, 4 years after that at 11-ish million a season, which is a little bit more than Pritchard's making. Pritchard's making 7.2, 7.7, 8.3. Hauser's going to make, we'll have to, I don't know the exact numbers in his deal, but it's going to be around probably like starting at 10 mil and then up, and it'll be up around 11 by the end of it, or excuse me, 12 by the end of it. The Celtics roster is going to be one of the most expensive in NBA history, as detailed by this is Woj in the ESPN article. It's wild. It's crazy. I'm trying to see if there's an exact number here. Adding Hauser's extension to the Celtics 25-26 payroll elevates its projected $225 million, with an additional $210 million in luxury tax penalties. Um, Celtics are expected to be over the second apron for a consecutive year, which would make their 2032 and 33 first-round picks untradeable. So you're seeing that CBA kick in a little bit as well. So they're not going to be able to trade the 22 and 23 picks. So the Celtics are really committed to this core, and I mean, why wouldn't you be? Like, the core just won a championship. There's no reason it can't do it again multiple times in the future. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed with injuries and other teams and all that stuff, but having Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard, two guys who are on the younger side as well, who I think, how old is Hauser now? Is he 26? Hauser is, yeah, 26. Pritchard also 26. Like, those are two guys who can be great. Like, it's not like, put it this way, by the time their contract's up, Hauser and Pritchard, they're going to be 30 years old. And that, like, Pritchard and Hauser at 30 is a weird thing to think about. So, shout out Brad Stevens. Not enough good things can be said about this. Phenomenal deal. It's under market value. Probably would have got, Sam Hauser probably would have gotten more in the open market, but now he's going to be in Boston. He solidified himself. NBA millions and millions of dollars for the next 5 years, 2 million next year, then 11 million per year, roughly after that. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. Very happy Sam Hauser's back. Very happy that the Celtics are just running it back because that's a very cool thing. All right, next thing we're gonna do is take a look at this Bleacher Report article. I'm recording on OBS, so hopefully it looks fine. You're gonna see a little inception here. I think it looks okay, and I think you can hear me still, so we're good to go. But I'm not recording in StreamYard because I'm just gonna record locally. It's easier if it's just me. Bleacher Report. Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report, more specifically, put out an article grading the Celtics Summer League rookies, and he graded them a C minus. And I thought I'd give my thoughts because we're getting to the point of the offseason where content is hard to come by. But Bailey wrote, "It's hard to praise a shooter when he's simply not making shots. So while Baylor Shireman has played hard and typically appeared to know what he was doing, going 5 of 21 from three over his first 3 games is, hard to ignore. Still, shooting numbers from any random 3-game sample don't predict future performance, and Shireman went 3 of 6 from deep in a loss on Friday. And a team as loaded as the Celtics, if he wants a shot at some regular season minutes, he'll have to be ready to knock those looks down when presented. Shireman hasn't been the only notable Celtics first year, though. Anton Watson, taken with the 54th pick, is averaging double figures. One sec, guys. Had to cough. And 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks on Friday. With all the offense Boston already has, the defense first swing, Watson might have a different but potentially easier path to minutes in 24-25. I would almost agree weirdly. Well, no, I disagree. I think Shireman still has a slightly easier pathway to minutes, but only because they have so many, what's it called? So many bigs on the roster already. I think Tillman, Cornette and Cada might be more likely to get minutes over, excuse me, I'm blanking, Watson in the first year, and I think Shireman could get some of those back up. I don't want to say point guard minutes, but like Drew Holiday could miss some time, or Jaylen Brown and Tatum could get rested, so they'll need a wing. And I don't know. I could see Shireman getting into that a little bit easier, and also like I like the confidence Shireman showed. So I don't think I don't think Andy Bailey was trying to like say, "Oh, this guy stinks," but I think it does come down to a little bit more than the shooting because you can see that he has the tools to be a shooter. The passing looked good, the rebounding looked good. The defense wasn't great. I think that's more concerning than the shooting, if anything. Like he doesn't really jump on defense. You got to get to your spots a bit quicker. You can't let the defenders get to their spots as easy. Like the 76ers just got wherever they wanted the other night on the floor against the Celtics. That wasn't a Shireman issue. It was just an entire Celtics issue. That said, Anton Watson is absolutely an NBA-ready defender. DJ McClay said as much after a game in Summer League. So maybe from that perspective, it could be easier for him to get in. I'm curious to see how Joe Mazzulla approaches it because he is not necessarily. He's a big trust guy. It feels like wants to trust a guy before giving them real minutes. So we'll see how that plays out. But interesting. C minus for the Celtics rookies. I wonder what did other guys get? Were there any F grades? I doubt there are any F grades. I just want to see if like any A plus or F or stuff like that. B plus for the Sam's Pistons, A for the Rockets. Reed Shepard's nasty. B for the Lakers, probably mostly because of Connect. A for the Heat and the Bucks. AJ Johnson and Khalil Ware getting some big praise there. A for the Magic, Tristan Da Silva looked nasty. C for the Sixers seems a bit harsh. I thought McCain and Adembona looked pretty good. B plus for the Blazers, not available for the Kings. Spurs get a B. Raptors get a D plus. Oh, that's not great. Jonathan Mobo, it's our guy, and Chomchi. Oh no. And then Jacoby Walter was inefficient. A minus there, and then D minus for the Wizards is unfair. Yeah, D minus for the Wizards is unfair. Alex Sarr has been terrible, but Bub Carrington was great. I thought he was really impressive in Summer League for me, but Yeah, and Keyshawn Johnson. Eh, I know Alex Harper's bad. Come on. Anyways, yeah, C minus. I feel like it's a bit unfair with the Celtics rookies just because they miss shots. I would give them more of a C plus, even a B minus maybe. I think Anton Watson carried that load a little bit. Baylor Sharman obviously didn't hit shots, but he did everything else pretty well. So I'd go a little higher. I'd go B minus for the Celtics rookies, maybe C plus, but I could also just be a bit biased, but that's all right. Yeah. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become a part of the Prize Picks community today. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 while watching Team USA rack up the gold medals this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup of players across basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, and more in as little as 60 seconds. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and you're locked in. Prize Picks is available in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Sam and I use Prize Picks all throughout the NBA playoffs as the Celtics were making their run. If you guys tuned into the pregame show, you saw it. We like Drew Holiday blocks. We always picked Jason Tatum to get a dunk. That was a lock for us. And we always picked less on the opposing stars' points. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Next thing, let's do a very quick Team USA check-in because the Celtics make up a fourth of the team. We can take a look at their last couple games here. They played Germany today as I'm recording this, and they played South Sudan the other day, in a pretty tightly contested game. Both these games were tightly contested. Let's start with South Sudan because we'll go back to forward. Just looking at the Celtics guys here. Drew Holiday got the start, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4-7 from the field. Jason Tatum came off the bench, had 9 points and a rebound. Shot 3 of 8, 0 of 3 from 3. Still can't find that 3-point shot. Derek White was the big story in this game. Had 3 rebounds and 5 assists, but he didn't play at all in the first half. And then Steve Kerr said, "Get in there, brother. Get in there, bro." And he sent him in there. And he closed out the game for Team USA, helped him close it out. All 5 assists in the second half, 3 rebounds as well. He was a big part of slowing down Carl Jones a little bit, who was on fire in this game. He was kind of just a calming presence, here, for Team USA throughout that game in the second half. He started over Tyrese Halliburton in the second half, and it was good. Good things from Derek White. I mean, still think Jaylen Brown deserved the spot, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but this is a reason why you bring in a Derek White to your team. He's just a calming presence. He's just a guy who can fill the gaps and fill the holes of a roster, and that's what he did against a South Sudan team who they brought it in this game. Mariel Shayok, main Celtics legend, 6 of 12 from three-point range. He was on fire. JT Thor made a big three in the final moments. He had 14 points. Wenyen Gabriel, Celtics legend, had 11, 6, and 3 as well. These guys came to play, respect. And then Carl Jones had 15, 11, and 11. He should be on an NBA roster, although he wasn't very efficient in this game. Very, very cool. Next game, Germany was today. Celtics won this one, or excuse me, Celtics might as well be. Team USA won this one 92-88, and for your information, they won the South Sudan game 101-100 thanks to LeBron James buzzer beater. LeBron James also popped off in this one. Drew Holiday got the start again, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4-6, 2 of 3. It feels like they're settling into the starting lineup of Curry, Holiday, Booker, James, LeBron, I should say, and Embiid. Tatum came off the bench, had 4 points, 6 rebounds, didn't take a 3, and shot 2 of 6 from the floor. And Derek White played 14 minutes, had 2 points. Didn't do too much in this one, had a steal as well, 0 of 2. But, cool. Anthony Edwards had 11 off the bench. Bam had 4 and 6. Bam's a 3-point shooter now, apparently. Didn't make any in this game, and I don't know if he made one in the South Sudan game, but he's flashed some potential from range. And I see some Heat fans on Twitter saying, "Why isn't he shooting them here?" And they're right. He should be shooting in the NBA. But LeBron took over this game against Germany. 8 of 11 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. Joel Embiid actually played pretty well in this one, too. 15, 8, and 5 is great. Curry was 1 of 7 from deep, but he had 13, 3, and 2. Drew Holiday had 10 as well, like I mentioned. AD had 10 and 7. AD's been great for Team USA so far. He had 15 and 11 against South Sudan. So that's a little update on how the Celtics guys are doing in Team USA. All of them are playing a good role. Drew Holiday's starting for them. Tatum's playing his role, filling the gaps, playing solid defense. get into the rim really well. And then Derek White had that big game against South Sudan, obviously, and just sort of a role filler. So it's a good thing. And shout out the Celtics, man. I'm very excited to see once the games start to matter what roles they'll play and if Steve Kerr like shirks the rotation or who gets a little more or what'll happen. So I think all three Celtics are in pretty good position to get real run in the Olympics, though, which is very fun. Speaking of Jaylen Brown and Team USA, Carmelo Anthony weighed in on the subject, said it on his podcast, on Paul George's podcast, Podcast P. Um, he said that Jaylen Brown and Paul George, quote, should have got a shot on Team USA. I'll read the full quote here. He said, I think he should have got a shot. I think Paul George um, should have had a shot. That's just, it is what it is. You can't, for whatever reason, you can't make it that obvious for whatever reason it is. This man busts his ass. He worked hard. He took everything that people say. I'm trying to find the part about Jaylen. I don't see the part about Jaylen. Where's the part about Jaylen? Whatever. The point is, Melo tried to say something about Jaylen Brown trying to get on. Talked about if it's political, and I don't like using that word, that term political, but if something about the nature of it, we don't understand, at least have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. This was when they had Mikal Bridges on the show. I get it, and at the end of the day, I think Jaylen Brown should have been on the team, especially because with Jaylen Brown, like, he so clearly put aside his score first desires, his need to have the ball in his hands this year to help the Celtics win a championship. So if you put him on that Team USA roster, he would have been one of the best perimeter defenders on the team, right? And that's something you want. That's a reason you brought in Derek White. And then he also could have gotten you a bucket when you needed it, but he also would have been willing to make the pass. Like he very clearly would have been able to put whatever thing aside that they think he has, which I don't even think he does because he put that away to the side, like his personal desires for the greater good of the team this year. Like you saw it actively happen with the Celtics. So I don't want to dive too much into the Jaylen Brown Team USA thing again. I think he should have been on the team. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this person should have been off, blah, blah, blah. Maybe like a Halliburton, maybe a Booker, maybe a Derek White, obviously, is the one. But I think he should have been on the team. He wasn't. It's kind of the end of the story. It is what it is. They have a really good team, and they'll probably win gold. They're definitely the favorites. So we'll see how that happens. But yeah, Melo talked something about it, and it's August, or not August. It's almost August. So we take the content where we can get it. All right, let's go over the emails. I say let's, which means let us, even though it's just me. But yeah, let's check those out here. I forgot to set this up beforehand, so get ready for real-time display capture here, as I'm going to display the screen, and you're going to see the Inception pop up before I edit. So, take this here, and you see, whoop, I'm back on the screen, but then I'm gonna go way down here. Oh no, I'm not. Wait a second. Wait. Here we go. Now I'm cooking. There I go. Okay. Anyways, emails. Got a few today. Couple from the legend RJ, because of course we do. Shout out RJ. What a beast. And then we've got one from Pete as well. From RJ, let me just double check it's on the screen. Yes, sir. Evening, folks. Time to get ready for August. Evening, folks. One more Summer League game on Sunday. Then it's 2 months of NCB. No Celtics basketball. Yeah, we have the Olympics to distract us for a couple of weeks, but in the meantime, here are some suggestions to soak up your spare time. Watch the WNBA. Some damn good basketball. I agree, RJ. Me and Noah actually went to the Aces Sky game. Sorry, blanked. In Vegas. It was very fun. It was a great game. Kennedy Carter. I always want to call her Kennedy Chandler because the Grizzlies player balled out. She had like 34. Watch the Olympics too and cheer on Drew, JT, and D White. Read up on past Celtics. Google books about Celtics legend in brackets. And you can find a wide variety of tales about Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Robert Parrish, JoJo White, Kuz, Tommy the Truth, Sam Jones, and Satch Sanders. Read some of Bob Ryan's books on the Celtics. Sample Jackie McMullen's too. Oh yeah, boning up on that Red Auerbach guy is fun too. Rewatch games from the first 2 months of the season. Remember when everyone was wondering if Missoula was for real with his insane love of threes and incessant talk about mindset? Check to see how the team was coalescing and around those concepts and each other. Bonus points for people carping about Jordan Walsh. Watch the first 3 games of the season where Hauser and Pritchard were combined 4 of 25 on their threes. I remember that. Reintroduce yourself to your families. They miss you. For U.S. citizens, participate in our democracy. There is an election in November. A very important one. That's all for now. Be well and stay cool, RJ Johnson. Thank you, RJ. We appreciate you. Also, RJ, I hope your August Celtics informants is coming again. forget what exactly you called it, but you like taught us about a decade. Maybe teach us about like players we might not know. I like those emails though; those are fun. Bring them back. I'm a fan. The next one from Pete. Hey fellas, thanks for the airtime. I never expected to get more than 5 or 10 seconds, so I'm just tickled pink. Apologies for the eye test, but I'm in the pink. Oh, yes. I'm in the back row of tenors and thankfully a decent view of the conductor. The concert ended up going for 4 hours. And as we'd had a couple of hours of rehearsal that morning, it was a singing marathon. But the true question for the world to answer is why there are not more Latvians subscribed to HBTC. I need to work on that, and this will help. Be well, RJ. Yeah, get the Latvian Nation there. I love that you screenshotted it with us in it. That's so funny. Oh my god, you were watching the first hour? Guess yeah, I guess that's normal time in Latvia. But you're not in Latvia. No, you're in US. Yeah, you're up early. What the hell? Oh, back there. Oh, I see you. I see you back there. Shout out. Thanks, Pete. You're a legend. We appreciate you very much. Last one from RJ. My tier list of the summer Celtics. Evening, guys. Travel safe, Sam. Travel safe, Sam. I don't know where I'm pointing. Rather than retype it all, here's the link to my fan post on grading the summer C's after Sunday's game. Biggest difference of opinion with the C chart is on Shireman and Ramsey, I think. Um, welcome to summer and be well, RJ. Okay, we can take a look here. If you didn't see it at the top of your screen, breaking news: the Boston Celtics are NBA champions. I think it's up there. I might be pointing the wrong way though. I don't know. All right, let's quickly go through and read them. I'm not going to read this whole thing. If you want to go read it up here. You can see it on the Celtics blog fan post. But let's see. Pit stop crew, Nemish Kida and Jane Springer. Basically, they didn't play much because they didn't need to. They're too good. Stay ready squad, JD Davison, Drew Peterson, Jordan Walsh, and Anton Watson. All these guys will rotate down to Maine for more minutes to continue to hone on their skills, et cetera, but none of them leapfrogged further up the ladder. Lobster lads, Tyler Cook, Ron Harper, Jalen House, and Baylor Shireman, and Killing Tilly. Wow. Shireman being down there, I feel like is a little harsh. I think he's better. Elephant in the room, Shireman has grit and a good eye for passing and willingness to dig for rebounds. He's consistently moved aside on defense. Yeah, he needs to work on the defense for sure. I don't think he'll get regular minutes, but I do think he's a little better than that. Thanks for playing. Here's the home version. Jamias Ramsey. Does his scoring warrant a spot in Maine? Yeah, likely, but he seemed to be a ball stopper on offense, even more so than Svi was this past year. Good players, good skills. Just don't know if he projects to be a good fit. I see. I can see that. I think it'd be fun in Maine, but he would have to accept. I do think I think he would be a good fit because I think he can defend, he can hit his threes. I think the reason he was pressing like that is because it was summer league and he was fighting for a job. So I think if he did get a shot, he would be a fine fit. But I see what you're saying for sure, RJ. Can't say Tristan and Aruna, not enough playing time for me to have an opinion, really. Nothing that stood out good or bad. If he lands in Maine, I won't be upset. If he doesn't, I won't lose sleep. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. I can back that, RJ. I see what you're saying. Thank you for your thoughts. I appreciate it. And watch me go whoop, way up in the screen again. All right. Thanks, RJ. Appreciate y'all for the emails. As always, email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We read them every pod.
Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier.
Prices on the Game Time app actually go down
the closer it gets to first pitch. I remember my dad taking me to Fenway Park as a kid, getting to watch David Ortiz and Dustin Pedroia sitting in the Green Monster and taking in all there is to love about the iconic ballpark. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Taking a look at my Game Time app right now, I see plenty of great deals to watch my favorite sports teams and my favorite tickets to Noah Khan. You guys know that's my favorite artist. I even used it while in Las Vegas for Summer League to get tickets to a women's basketball game. Some of my favorite features in the Game Time app include letting me see what the price is going to be with fees included. It makes so much easier to take a look and see what the actual price I'm going to pay is. Also, you get to see exactly where you are sitting. It's a great way to know exactly the experience you're going to get. I also love the fact that you can get great last-minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, or anything else. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off.
All right, next up, some quick hitter NBA stuff. We'll start with the report that inside the NBA could be sticking around. Sam will like this, so we'll go over it when he comes back as well. But apparently, TNT Sports announced on Monday that it exercised its rights, matching rights, in its deal with the league We are proud of how we have delivered for basketball fans by providing the best in-class coverage throughout our 4-decade partnership with the NBA. The announcement read, I'm reading this off Bleacher Report, sorry. In an effort to continue our longstanding partnership during both exclusive and non-exclusive negotiation periods, we acted in good faith to present strong bids that were fair for both parties. Regrettably, the league notified us of its intention to accept other offers for games in our current rights package, leaving us to proceed under the matching rights provision, which is an integral part of our current agreement and the rights we have paid for under it. We reviewed the offers and matched one of them. This will allow fans to keep enjoying our unparalleled coverage, including the best live game productions in the industry and our iconic studio shows and talent, while building on our proven 40-year commitment for many more years. Our matching paperwork was submitted to league today. We look forward to the NBA executing our new contract. So, looks like Ernie, Shaq, Charles, and Chuck, or Charles and Chuck, Chuck and Kenny and the gang are going to be back. So all those people and all the months of worrying is over. But thank you for the content because we talked about it plenty on the show. But very cool and very fun. Probably didn't match the bigger package. They're probably gonna have a smaller package of games, so you might get less of inside the NBA, but it does sound like they'll be around. So there's that, and that's a good thing. Next tidbit of NBA news: the Cavaliers extended Evan Mobley 5-year contract worth up to $269 million, and I think that's the interesting part. It's a 5-year rookie max contract worth up to $269. He was set to make $11.2 million in 25 season after the Cavs exercised the team option of the rookie deal. But now he's going to be staying put well beyond that. Again, I'm just looking at Bleacher Report. Apologies. I don't know what the things he needs to reach to get that max money. But the breakdown is 38.6 and 25-26, and then everyone is year after. Then roughly 41.7, 44.8, 47.9, and 52.0. You got to sign him. You got to do this type of contract. I do think it was a little much. Excuse me, got the hiccups for Mobley. Seems a little raw still. Not the best offensive player. I do wonder if breaking up him and Jared Allen could be what's best for Mobley's development. I still think the Cavs rush things a little bit. You were cooking something fun with Garland and Mobley and Jared Allen. You traded a lot for Donovan Mitchell, and I get it. And Donovan Mitchell's a damn good player. Don't get me wrong; he's a top 20 player in the NBA. But it does feel like you rushed it. Maybe you could have gotten some pieces better. Maybe you stunted Darius Garland's growth a little bit. Maybe you're stunting Evan Mobley's growth now. I don't know. It's just a little bit weird. He's got to get better on offense. They've got to let him have a little bit more freedom on defense, and hopefully Kenny Atkinson gives him that. They hired Kenny Atkinson, right? I just had a complete blank, where I thought they hired James Borrego, but I'm correct. They hired Kenny Atkinson. That was a really bad blank. I thought they hired Borrego, but Borrego is with the Pistons. Oh my God, the coaching carousel has me completely um, messed up in the head. No, the Pistons hired JB Bakerstaff. Where did James Borrego end up? Is he just back in New Orleans? He didn't get a head coaching job? That's crazy. Wow. Sorry, this is just Jack is an idiot time of the program. Yeah. Assistant coach of the Pelicans still. Anyways, Evan Mobley back with the Cavs. That's the news. Lastly, a little bit of a free agent roundup. We'll go over some of the top free agents. Tyus Jones is still a free agent, and that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll just rope this in here because I forgot about it. Spencer Dinwiddie signed a 1-year deal with the Mavs. Cool. I mean, it makes sense. It's his former home. He played pretty well there in their Western Conference Finals run, so that's cool. But yeah, Tyus Jones, a free agent, is weird. He's probably the best definitely got to be the best free agent available. Gary Trent signed with the Bucks too. I don't even know if we talked about that. That's a fun move. That's going to be good for them. He'll probably start. They'll probably roll out Dame, Gary Trent Jr., um, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez right now, unless they trade Brook, which I don't really see happening anymore, but maybe it could. Yeah, Tyus Jones, a free agent. I don't know where he's going to end up, but a lot of teams. I think the Wizards should just re-sign him at this point on a cheaper deal. Have him help organize for their young core. I wrote for his Wiz of Oz, excuse me, for Fansided, and I've been writing it all summer. Like, just re-sign him, guys. Like, trade him later if you need to, but he's a good player. Luke Kennard, also a free agent, which is weird because when he got waived, so they can make other moves, it came out like, oh, he's going to be back in Memphis. Like, this is a wave, quote unquote. But it's like almost a month later, and he still hasn't re-signed in Memphis, so don't really know what's going on there. But he is a free agent still. Could be useful. Gordon Hayward's still a free agent after his messy breakup with the Thunder. Hayward might be cooked, man. I know Jared's clapping for joy, jumping for joy. He doesn't like Gordon Hayward, but maybe he could help in a smaller role. But if he's going to be itching for playing time, then contenders might want to stay away, or young teams definitely. Isaac Okoro too, which is weird. Still a free agent. Don't know where he's going to end up, but he's a good player. I mean, he can't shoot, and that's the big thing. But he's a good defender. Like a younger team should absolutely take a chance on him. And then Dennis Smith Jr. Good defender, not the best shooter, but he's a good defensive guard. Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report once again listed out potential destinations for all these guys. Dennis Smith, he said the Mavs would be a reunion. Isaac Okoro, the Jazz, that makes a ton of sense. Like I said, somebody should take a chance on him. Hayward, he listed the Sixers. I guess I don't know. I'm out on Hayward. Kennard, the Grizzlies, yeah, duh. And then Tyus Jones, the Magic. That'd be pretty interesting. Back up Jalen Suggs. You got him in the picture there on the Bleacher Report article. Anyways, yeah, that's all the free agent stuff. All right, I'll do a quick rat list myself. Don't worry. I'll do the rat list. Don't come. I'll do it. Don't worry. The question is, do I have any rat list? I don't know if I have much. Rat list upping the difficulty in college football. I played a few seasons. I'm rebuilding Colorado State right now, and I realized that my difficulty setting didn't carry over. So I have it on varsity default, but I changed it for my UMass one that I abandoned because I didn't like their stadium because it was too small. So I reset and it didn't carry over. I play an All-American, like the second highest. There's four. It's freshman, varsity, All-American, and then Heisman. I play an All-American usually. But I had been playing on varsity because it didn't carry over from before. And so I was like 10-3. I'm like, oh, it's great. And then I realized I'm like, oh, that's why. And then I got cooked. I went 6-6 the next year. So we're adjusting. Also, a big part of it is I lost my quarterback to the draft. He was I had 2 first-round draft picks though. Um, I had Braden Fowler Nikolowski at Colorado State, who was nasty, and then I had to go with the true freshman the next year, and I got cooked. So that shout out college football though. College football's so fun, man. Um, rat list. What else am I gonna rat list? Let's see. My sister got really drunk at a family dinner today. I thought that was funny. It was less funny when she was bugging me afterwards, but love you, Grace. No rat list for her because she'll get mad at me. Uh, what else do I want to rat list? Um. I'm nasty at cornhole. That's not a rat list, but we're playing cornhole a lot on this vacation. I'm sick. Don't worry about it. Easy. Except Henry. Ratless Henry. Henry's better than I am. He pisses me off because Henry's not fun to lose to. Ratless Henry. I was playing checkers with Henry today. Don't ask why we were playing checkers. It was in like we went to this place called Cuffy's on the Cape. To get clothes. My mom and sister wanted to go, and there was this little side table with a checkers board on it, and Henry and my brother and I just started playing, and I went and Henry's very slow, so he like doesn't go, and I thought it was my turn again. And Henry just goes, it's not your turn yet. I'm like, I turn to him, I go, Henry, that's the reason people dislike losing to you. That tone right there. And he just starts laughing. I was like, this motherfucker, maybe if you go faster, then I won't think it's my turn. There's that. Ratless the off season. It hasn't hit yet, but I know it's gonna, and it's not fun. Ratless Wi-Fi speeds here because I know this is going to be a pain in the ass to edit and put together. I don't even know how long this pod's going to be. It's probably going to end up being 30 minutes. I hope I get to 30 minutes. That's the goal. The goal is to get to 30 minutes for you guys of just me blabbering on. So hopefully it reached that, but I don't know. I don't know. Not much else, man. I'm having fun on the Cape. It's a good time. My Nana's coming down tomorrow with my aunt. That's gonna be fun. It's a good time. Sam's having fun in Greece. I've been texting him a little bit. I told Sam, I'll rat list Sam, ironically, not actually. But Sam was leaving. He was like all stressed. He's like, I don't know about recording. I'll do this. I said, shut the fuck up. You're going to Greece, bro. Like, go have fun in Greece. Go enjoy yourself. Like, don't worry about the pod. The pod's gonna be here when you get back. People will understand. And I saw all your guys' nice comments in the comments, wishing happy vacation to Sam and me too, even though I'm just in Massachusetts still, but I am on vacation having a fun time. But yeah, ratless to beach though. Eternally. Every time I come to the camp, I'm gonna do it. I can't sit in the sand for hours. My sleep schedule's cooked. Ratless my sleep schedule too, because I was on the West Coast and now I'm back on the East Coast, and so I'm not waking up till like noon, and I'm not going to sleep till like 4 or 5. It's a mess. My own fault, but still. But ratless the beach. Playing cornhole on the beach is fun, but like I have a good one. Ratless me for walking barefoot back from the beach. I'm not going to show my feet on the screen because that's gross. But I didn't put my shoes back on, my Crocs, and I should have because like it was burning. But I had already walked so far past my family that I didn't want to walk back for my shoes and then forward again. So I just toughed it out. But like the asphalt stuck to my feet, um, and it burned. That didn't feel good. But we also have to carry all of our beach stuff up and down these stairs. So you have to like lift it up from the ground and put it back down and lift it. That's a pain in the ass. Been eating some good seafood though. I got like a crab meat sandwich today. They got clam chowder. Shout out Captain Parker's, best clam chowder in the world. Best that I've ever had. Probably in Massachusetts. I don't know. Tell me your favorite clam chowder spot, but Captain Parker's in Yarmouth, I think it's where it is really good. That's my fave. Also got a shrimp po' boy today. Very good. I think that about does it. Oh yeah, Ratless Henry too, because he was somewhere else with his family, or excuse me, with his girlfriend, and then we had to go pick him up from the Cape. We were already on the Cape, so we like met my dad halfway to pick Henry up and then bring him back. That was pain in the ass. But yeah, anyways, let me know your favorite seafood spot. I'm just asking you guys questions at the end of pod, so the people who listen all the way down here are gonna answer them. So let me know your favorite seafood spot. Let me know your favorite seafood. I had a great lobster roll the other day at the Chatham Pier. That was fun. Going to Chatham. Cape's fun, man. My mom's a big fan of the Cape. She's made us a big fan of the Cape. We stay in the same place every year, so you've probably seen this background. I don't think I recorded here last year, but we're in the same house for the past 4 or 5 years now. We come down every summer. It's great. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam wrap it up. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at How About Them C's. Like I said, the shorts might take a little pause while I'm on vacation too, but once I get back to my big, good computer, not my laptop, my rinky-dink laptop, I'll start getting those back up for you. So follow us there. Follow us on Twitter at How About Them C's as well. Facebook is just the name of the pod, How About Them Celtics podcast. I think it's listed there. Subscribe to this channel. We're on the road to 3,000 and getting there. We appreciate you for that. Follow Sam on Twitter at Sam LaFrance NBA. Follow me on Twitter at Jack Simone NBA. That's it for us today. That's it for us today. What am I saying? That's it for us.
Taco. Come on.
Taco's having some fun here.